Past Lives is a movie that came out in 2023, and it is basically the story of two childhood sweethearts who are torn apart. And over the next 24 years, we get to experience life from their perspectives. It's really just a movie that contemplates love and life.
만약에 네가 한국을 떠나지 않았다면 내가 널 찾았을까?
In today's movies and majority of today's culture, love is made to be a lot more unrealistic and toxic than it has to be. But Past Lives isn't like that. Past Lives is different. And I think the reason why it was so touching to me is because I've been in that situation before. The situation being letting go of the love of your life because they're just not the love of your life anymore. So the first thing we're going to talk about when trying to move past the love of your life is choosing to do so. I know that for a lot of people this isn't obvious, and we normally wait for those feelings to disappear, but feelings aren't as reliable as you think. And you might be saying, Michi, my stomach and my heart are paining, like I can't see in my left eye. I think about this person 24/7. I'm hurt. My heart, they made it mincemeat. What do you mean just choose to move past it? Feelings can gloss over some very important things, and they can present people in a way that's just not consistent with real life. I know we all have this experience whereby, as in, the person who you have feelings for is a walking red flag, starting from their name. Just red flag, but you like them anyway. So, what does that tell you? Feelings aren't very trustworthy. Okay, they're very good indicators of what's going on and what maybe your next course of action, your next step should be, but they are not always very consistent with the truth. And truth is very important because love that isn't grounded in truth, it just falls apart. I mean, there's people who have completely torn their lives apart, metaphorically speaking, broken down walls to make room for people who literally don't fit in their lives in the name of, I love them. I really just love them. They make me so happy. And I don't doubt that any of that might be true. But love isn't just about feeling nice things, right? There's supposed to be a, a practicality to it because it's not a fickle thing. Love is it's very there. It's very whole. It encompasses a lot of things. Maybe you've experienced this before, but sometimes when you really love someone, your entire world starts to revolve around them. And if that's a lie, can you just imagine the damage? Love should be consistent with the truth. And if you've broken up with someone or they've broken up with you, the truth of the matter is that either you don't want to be together or you can't be together. And hopefully there's a good reason behind that, but I hope you see what I'm getting at. People sometimes wait for their feelings to change or for them to stop feeling a certain way, but you really don't have to do that. Realizing that someone is unavailable or just not what you want or selfish or toxic doesn't require you stopping to care for them. So you don't have to wait for any of that to go away before you can put your foot down and just say, okay, this is what the truth is, but this is what I'm feeling. I'm going to act in a way that's more consistent with real life so that I can live like a normal, calm, level headed person. I don't know, that sounds good to me. I don't know about other people, but. And I'm sure that there are parts of you that can tell that, oh, this person actually wasn't good for me, or this relationship was like actually terrible, and the things we did to each other were not very healthy. You can see those things when you put your feelings aside for a moment. So maybe that's what you should try to do. Just choose not to be guided by how you feel or how your heart is doing today. Like those things matter, yes, but they're not the most important thing. There has to be balance. Be a balanced person.
The guy flew 13 hours to be here. I'm not going to tell you that you can't see him or something. He's your childhood sweetheart.
For the next thing that I'm going to say, I'm just going to start apologizing now. I'm so sorry to say this because this one is a hard pill to swallow. People don't belong to you. I know you just wish you could tie them, pack them in a box, and carry them with you everywhere you go. But unfortunately, that's just not the way the world works. And part of what it means that they don't belong to you is that you also don't get to choose what kind of people they choose to be or choose to grow into. And sometimes we grow into people who aren't compatible anymore. But that doesn't mean that they've betrayed you or that they're necessarily toxic or that they've been an op from the beginning. It just means that there is less and less of who you fell in love with within that person. And if you try to fight things, if you try to hold on to something that's disappearing, eventually you'll be left holding on to nothing. And then what are you doing there? You are just decorating space. That's what you're doing. That relationship isn't growing because you are not growing in the same direction. So realizing that is something that really helped me, you know, I just brushed the dust off me and I kept going. Because what else are you going to do, really? Force someone to be someone they're not? Or worse, have someone else force you to be someone you're not? I don't think that's ideal. I think it's far from it. And I hope you get to experience that kind of freedom where someone is able to see that, okay, you are changing. This isn't who you are anymore. This might not work. I'll let you go. Just allow you.
너는 나를 왜 찾았어?
한 번 더 보고 싶었어.
And the third thing that really helped me remove the pieces of my heart from the trenches and put them back together is the beautiful, beautiful truth that romantic love isn't the only kind of love there is, and it's not even the deepest. Okay? It is very lovely. Listen, I might sound a bit anti love right now, but that's not even the case. I just think people need to appreciate that the world makes it seem like romantic love is all there ever is and all there ever is going to be, but you don't have to live your life that way and you'll be just okay. Hey, you'll be fine. You really will. I mean, and like, why would I even say such a thing? Listen, I have experienced, I don't want to say proper because I know I made a lot of mistakes. I know I did a lot of dumb things, but I did my best to experience a love that is deep and humble and exposing and vulnerable and all those very good things that helped me become a better person. And when I tell you, it only scratched the surface of what love in general now means to me. I'm not just speaking from without. I mean, this it's the truth. It's just the truth. When I think about it critically, the greatest love of my life isn't going to be romantic love. And part of me is actually very grateful for that. The kind of love that I've experienced that I consider to be far more valuable than just I love you, baby, mwah, is from my best friend and also from my family, but specifically my parents. There is something so divine about love that grows around you, love that grows with you. People don't like it when you change. Let's be real. Friends don't like it when you start acting different. And it's the same in almost all the romantic relationships I've been in. But that's not the case where the people who I mentioned are concerned. Their love for me isn't static, right? It grows as I grow, it changes as I change. And it's not easy to be that fluid. I think that's something that a lot of us take for granted. It's not easy to keep re understanding and relearning a person and saying bye to who they used to be so that you can love who they are now. That's like, wow, like you really just want to love me no matter who I become. You're really just here to love me, and that's amazing. And that doesn't even compare to the way God loves you. Yo, if I think about it too much, I can cry. That is just the most beautiful thing. I can't imagine anything more beautiful. Seriously. It's the kind of love that has healed so many of my misunderstandings about, love in general, romantic love specifically. And I just want that for other people. I want other people to aspire to be that kind of person. I want other people to experience that kind of love for themselves, where you allow people to grow into the best version of themselves, and you're not selfish about who they used to be and how that used to serve you. You just take everything that comes as it comes and enjoy the fact that you have access to them. It really is such a privilege. So you look for people who love you like that. I think it would do you a lot of good, and they are there. If they're not there in your life, you become that kind of person and see if that doesn't transform your whole way of thinking, your whole way of living. I'm sure there's other details about how I got over X person, but I think these are the most important things that I can share with someone else, like the really deep things. If you want superficial things like, you know, delete their number and their socials so you're not exposed to the memories of what happened between you every single day, I can make a video like that, but it will probably be a minute long, because the solution there is just distance, just space. That's all you really need. And yeah, your heart will kind of heal itself if you allow it. The problem is that some of you like checking up on exes as though it's beans. You really enjoy that thing. Stop that. That's very sus. I won't judge you, but I will tell you that you're not doing yourself any favors. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Thank you for watching, and my mind completely blanked just now. If you like this video, if you like this video, please like it, please subscribe, and do those nice things. Also, please leave me a comment if you relate to any of the things I've said, and also if you just want to share with me how you got over someone you really cared about in your life. I'd be very much interested in that tea. So yeah, thanks for watching again, and I will see you next week. Bye.